Welcome to TalkersToGeeks.com. Justin here, back with more reviews, and today we are going to be reviewing Night of the Animated Dead. Night of the Animated Dead. I was about to say Night of the Animated Living Dead, but no, it's Night of the Animated Dead. As always, I give you a brief synopsis, so here we go. In Night of the Animated Dead, siblings Barbara and Johnny visit their father's grave in a remote cemetery in Pennsylvania when they are suddenly set upon zombies. Barbara flees and takes refuge in an abandoned farmhouse along with stranded motorist Ben and 4 local survivors found hiding in the cellar. Together, the group must fight to stay alive against the oncoming horde of zombies while also confronting their fears and prejudices. This is a beat for beat of the original Night of the Living Dead by the legend himself, George R. Romero. And from a story standpoint, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it because literally it's copy and paste. Like basically, it's kind of like shot for shot. There are a couple of additions in here, such as we find there's a scene where we see what Ben was doing before he got to the house and how he got the idea that the zombies do not like fire and that the zombies are kind of afraid of fire. It's also a little bit more explanation of fire and why the zombies don't like fire. A little bit more explanation on a radiation from Venus. Apparently, that was like the real cause of this whole zombie satellite from Venus or something like that. That was the cause of this zombie apocalypse. From a story standpoint, it is a beat for beat story of Night of the Living Dead. So I'm not going to complain about the story. I'm not even going to judge it because the original story is amazing. This follows the same way from a story standpoint. They did it justice. It's basically kind of copy and paste with just a little bit more fleshed out backstory for Ben. Now, when it comes to the animation, this is where I say that unfortunately it falls flat on its ass. Animation is a mixed bag. Some people will love this animation. I am not a fan of this animation. I'm wondering, since this was, I believe Warner Brothers is distributing this, or maybe Warner Brothers did produce this in some way, had their hands in it. I'm wondering if Warner Brothers did, where is some of that DC animation money that they use for this one? Because the animation here at times, it feels like it's flash at times. It feels like it's old school early internet animation type of stuff that you'll see. The movement at times can get a little weird, like the body movement, the way they move, the way the action is. Sometimes it feels like they're doing the frames, especially when sometimes they're punching, like the frame will go like this and like it goes slow. It's like I was like, man, am I watching a cutscene here? Like am I watching a video game cutscene? Is this laggy? Like what's going on with this animation here? And even the designs of the characters is just like a little bit. I wasn't a fan of it. Yes, Barbara looks exactly like Barbara from the original black and white version of Night of the Living Dead. And so does Ben. He looks similar to the actor that played him, and Cooper and everybody else. So they did capture kind of that likeness very well. But like I said, the animation for me, it just wasn't working. I wasn't a huge fan of it. And when it comes to the acting as well, acting was a hit or miss for me, depending on who is playing the characters. Dule Hill did good as Ben. Josh Duhamel did great as Mr. Cooper. But I kind of want an older voice for Mr. Cooper, but Josh Duhamel did an excellent job. Voice acting, like I said, wasn't that bad at all. But to me, for real, the biggest complaint is the animation. There is gore here, as you can see in this clip here. There's tons of gore here, so unlike the original. So for those who are looking for a Night of the Living Dead with some gore in this, you're definitely going to get your gore here. Zombies' heads explode. Just zombies being on fire. The kills are more brutal in this one. And I think that'll be a good selling point for those who want to see an animated version of Night of the Living Dead with gore. But I think this would have been excellent with a better budget, better choice in art style, and, you know, a frame rate that looks a little good. I mean, it just seems, like I said, it seems like it's early internet animation type of style. Something that you'll probably see on Newgrounds back in the days. Now, I'm not saying it's Newgrounds level, but I'm saying this is something that probably someone on Newgrounds could just definitely pull off and make it as a full-length film. I wasn't a huge fan of animation, but we're gonna get to the ratings now. Our ratings for when it comes to DVD, Blu-ray releases. You either buy it, wait for rent, or skip it. I'm gonna give this a skip it. You could if it literally story-wise doesn't really introduce anything new to the lore besides a 2 minute scene of what Ben was doing beforehand. So I would just recommend you watch the black and white version and see the original, and that's pretty much it. The animation is not it's not good. It really isn't good. Voice acting is pretty decent, but I mean, unless you want to just see the blood and 9/11 Dead, then go ahead. But you're better off sticking with the original. This is Justin from otakusthegeeks.com. Say, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and don't forget to, of course, follow us at otakusthegeeks.com. You hit us up at Instagram at otakusthegeeks, Twitter at otakusthegeeks, twitch.tv/otakusthegeeks. I'll catch you on the next review. Later days. Peace. Later days.